Hey everyone, we're doing this again. Back by unpopular demand. Look, man, it's a day. I record these during the day. It's a lovely day. I felt like Pokemon for a little while. I've just been in a Pokemon mood. The whole thing were an excuse to play Pokemon. I'm gonna be honest. Can just make it seem like I'm. I don't know. I have some kind of thing going. I'm not just playing a game for 10-year-olds. I played when I think I were in high school when it came out. But I definitely played this as a baby. We are gonna be having DSP up in the corner, but I'm gonna try and not. I'm gonna just cause that's the conceit of the whole thing, is that DSP lives up in the corner and we're racing and we gotta defeat him. I was initially worried that DSP might quit the game before he played for long enough that I could reasonably beat it. I know you can beat this game pretty quick, but I'm not Worcester over here. It turns out though he's played for 20 hours at this point, so I think I could beat Pokemon Fire Red in 20 hours. I don't think that's an unreasonable ask. We already got one badge. We're an eighth of the way to the Elite Four. He's just stopped for like a minute and then started the next patch. Not even a minute, for like 10 seconds. So he's straight back in. It's been at least a week for me. I don't even remember what I did the last one. It's been a lot of videos recently. I've been doing my best. We're going to try and edit this as little as possible. We're just going to go until the end of the DSP video. Going to see how far we get. I don't know. I call these weird things, by the way. The reason I didn't mention Pokemon is I don't want Pokemon people to... We can talk about this while we're going. Alright, I'm going to try and start both videos at once. I'm again wearing 2 sets of headphones.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Pokemon Fire Red here on...
We were meant to not have DSP audio. That's fine. We are falling behind though now. Hang on, the wire's falling out of my controller. That's not helpful. Okay, I should be able to hear him, you should not be able to hear... I clicked the wrong button. I clicked X instead of circle. It's a disaster. No, it's okay, I know! I know what happened previously on my quest. I hope everyone that's watching is enjoying. I did want to avoid anyone who cares about Pokemon. It's probably a bad strategy for doing YouTube, but we don't take this whole thing too seriously. We can keep Smirk out for runaway purposes, but we absolutely cannot use him in combat anymore because I am not going to heal him. Also, what did I just pick up? Moonstone. Good. We need that. We also need a Clefairy. I know that I don't know. Every now and then I get this sudden urge to play Pokemon, and I know it's because they made a new Pokemon game. Every time they made a new Pokemon game that I didn't know was coming about. I didn't know it was coming out. It's on a console I don't have. It's a fully a thing I don't care about. And yet, suddenly everyone's talking about Pokemon. I'm hearing about Pokemon subtly in the background, and I start thinking, I haven't played a Pokemon in a really long time. I could do that. I know it's the Macking. I know I'm falling for the Macking. You motherfucker! I wanted to sneak past you. He only started looking when I was already behind him, but I thought I could make... I have the shoes! I have the kicks! What am I doing? I can run! Well, I don't reckon Smirk's got much of a chance there, unfortunately. We should probably use him to pivot. I'm sorry, Smirk. Also, Smirk's a lady. It was straight back in.
Experience here around your 5th badge.
It's like we never left. This is a big rat. This Team Rocket guy. He's serious-ish.
Okay.
Well, we'll see. Ratttas do a lot of fucking
Tell me,
damage.
that was educational, was it not? Here, take this.
But so does Kim. You could level up dead quick and get maybe some defense. Does Kim have a minus defense nature? Does Kim have IVs and EVs? Sorry, there's a lot of Pokemon going on in the background. I don't feel too bad, like... I kinda like Pokemon every now and then. That's as far as I'll go with Pokemon ever. I'm happy with that. I can live with that about myself. I do think it's incredibly strange that lots of adults have dedicated their I was gonna say lives, but in a lot of cases, careers. To knowing and caring about Pokemon. I think we gotta take the L. And get the clean switch on Charmander. I want to get through the cave without having to leave. I didn't need to fight this rocket. I shouldn't have been fighting this rocket. If you could have crit there, that'd have been nice. Well, now there's a chance that Kim takes him out. She to Kim doing it. Okay, Kim probably wants healing. It's looking a little dicey. We are out of potions. I'm not going to bother healing Ion because Ion's a Paris and Paris is a rubbish. I was thinking about it right before we started. I was thinking about, like, the internet means there's a place where you can, like, you know, rather than, like, growing up and not just being the kid who loves Pokemon, which, liking Pokemon's fine. Liking Pokemon a lot as an adult, still okay. But making it your whole personality is a bit weird to me. But with the internet, there's just a bastion of kids who'll never grow up and refuse to ever grow up. Who forever will just be people who are into Pokemon. Oh fuck, I was hoping it could one-shot him. That'd be a good source of XP for Kim if I could take out Geodudes easily. We got there. So, we've got like, I don't know. So we got the Nintendo people to deal with now, who'll just that'll always be their thing. They'll never, they'll never be able to associate with other adults. They'll always just like Pokemon. I know all about IVs and EVs. I hate these fucking rats. Can we get a crit? Can we take him out? Kim's quick. I didn't expect Kim to be quicker than a rat one level higher. I guess this might actually be EVs doing stuff for me. Kim has been pretty active. I do kind of know what the numbers are. I just pretend the secret numbers behind the scenes. I pretend not to because I think it's bad to know that.
It's very weak. Whoa!
Let's get Joey in there. I was really hoping he wouldn't do that, but he missed, so it's fine. I could probably switch back and forth if someone gets confused. Do you lose confusion when you switch out?
I've only played Blue once ever in the 90s when it was a new game. You think I'm going to remember that gym is closed? Are you insane? You're
Sorry,
nuts. You think I remember.
PSV's getting
like, this
mad
is gonna be
with
like
chat
a first-time playthrough
because he
I
tried
only
to
played
go
it
in
once during the 1990s. That's it.
What's it, Viridian City Gym, which of course is where Giovanni is, but you can't go there until much later. Oh, that's unfortunate. You know, Ian, I thought you could help me out there. I don't have any normal types. I switched Joey back in and see if he's still confused. I don't want anyone to hit themselves because I don't have enough things left. Go, just scratch him. Okay, Iron's quite a lot of levels lower than Zubat. But luckily Zubat's dumb. And then we're going to use Ion as a pivot here to... Never mind, it doesn't have any more Pokemon. No pivot required. I think there's a... Yeah, hang on. There's a Moonstone here, but I don't need it. Because I didn't even get my... It's one step before the rock in my version that I like. Let's get Joey out. We just got to get through the last steps of the cave. I was really hoping for a Clefairy. And I didn't see one. I didn't see one yet. There's still a few steps before the door. This is the room where they're most likely, I think. I don't really know, but I always feel like I get one here.
La 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 la.
We got some la la las, folks. We got la la las. La la la.
If I find a Pikachu, name it Pidgey.
That's not too bad. Does steel work on poison? Doesn't work on steel. Does that mean steel's good against poison? It's probably not. Steel's not good against a lot of things. It just has a huge list of resistances. He didn't do much back though. Please stop disabling my Ember. It's fine, Metal Claw does the same amount of damage. And you know, a thing that makes the situation of people being able to live in a bubble where they just talk about media for children for their entire lives. The thing that makes that worse, I'm gonna get bodied by this coughing and it's gonna upset me. DSP just yelled "Go Dookie" and it threw me off a second. I was really worried about getting poisoned. I'm pretty happy to be able to use Amber again. He said "Go Dookie" again. I just need to set it for 1 second and then we'll be right back into it. Fox. I just need... And I am playing the DSP audio to myself, of course, even though I said I wouldn't play it to you. I just... part of this is about suffering, personally. You have to just have a bad time sometimes. Voltorb is a comically useless Pokemon until it gets Sonic Boom, which it shouldn't have now, but, you know, Joey's not doing great on health, and also is now 2 levels of defense reduction. You know, it's fine if Joey goes down. We've still got a lad for that. We have Antidote, though. I'll win if he doesn't hit me. He hit me. Well. There was a pretty good chance he didn't just hit me. It's just going to be a little more awkward to weaken a Chansey with... Chansey? I wish. A Clefairy with Kim. Can't evolve Chansey with a Moonstone, though, so, you know, who even cares about that guy? Part of the problem with the thing where people just like Pokemon for their whole lives, and that's the Pokemon person, or they just like cartoons. We obviously would love the Helix fossil. As a being of chaos, I must take the Helix fossil. I still remember Twitch Plays Pokemon. They were a beautiful event. I don't understand what that achievement's in reference to. I mean, I guess they did call him Lord Helix in the event, in the incident, during the incident. I'm running a little close to pin on not being dead, technically, just yet. This is the exit of the cave, though, right? We're out. There's no more serious opposition. I'm gonna try and get the guy. I'm gonna just for a minute, while I remember and talk about the thing I'm trying to talk about. I think the people who can just have their career be a YouTuber who talks about Pokemon, I think that's not helping the problem. I think that's weird. I think it's fucking weird. YouTubers are weird. They shouldn't be YouTubers. It's weird that we live in this world where someone's career can be YouTuber. YouTuber specifically who only talks about cartoons or who only talks about Pokemon. Come on, there's gotta be one around. I think it's like a... I don't know the numbers. It's probably not. It can't be much worse than like a 10% encounter, right? It's probably... I feel like walking through this room, I normally see him once. We're about 15 minutes in though. We do gotta be moving. I don't want DSP to catch up to me. He is talking about Pokemon names though. He has stopped because there's the threat of someone giving him money. He is now standing completely still. Maybe we're not actually... We're not gaining on Phil. We do it. Maybe I can beat Fire Red and Leaf Green before Phil gets to the end. You just do a second lap. Okay, it doesn't look like I'm getting my... There's only so long I can bother to wait. No, that's not going well. One more. I'm not giving up hope yet. I have one hope remaining. That's not the guy. It's not the guy. Okay, we're not gonna get him. But that's fine, because if every room were the same, you know, what'd be the fun? we got Paris. We got the main one. My normal strat is to just pick up a Clefairy. I mean, you can kind of the speed run uses an Nidoran instead of a Clefairy. I just pick up. I think you want Mega Kick instead of Mega Punch. I can't remember. I guess I was to pick Mega Kick once. But, people, by the way, this annoys me. People will say, you can't use the Moonstone on you need a Rhino or your Clefairy until they've learned moves. Because once you use it, you can... Brother, TMs exist, it's fine. You can teach Mega Kick to them 10 minutes later. Oh, I don't know if it's worth teaching it to Kim or Joey. It's not that good a move. It's probably better. It gives Kim an option if they resist. Like a decent option if he has like 5 PP. Yeah, 5 out of 5 PP. 75 accuracy, 120 damage though. You stick that on your Clefairy? On your Clefable? Is that what Clefairy? The bigger Clefairy. That's 180 power because of stab. Now I don't want to get too technical here, but that's a big number. Kim don't get stab. He's not normal type. I know some of the things about Pokemon. I've been thinking a lot recently about how the internet has kind of ruined everyone's brain. I do feel really smart sometimes. Just being like a person who's not particularly intelligent, never has been, but maybe hasn't degenerated as much as other people from being around the internet. I don't know. This new generation coming in there, they got rough, man. It's tough out there. It's a mess right now. Okay, I don't know if I can beat Gary with this team of fuckers. Because they don't have numbers or anything. One of them's literally a Paris, and Coughing Man's here to cheer me on. Good to hear it. We need to get Smirk up. If only Smirk could learn Mega Kick. Smirk learns Hyper Fang soon. If we can get Smirk Hyper Fang, I'll feel a lot better. I think I looked, and he was like level 13 or something. I can't remember if I looked, or if I just hallucinated that. It's fully possible. I just made that up. I remember. I watched a little bit of Phil live. I remember him specifically saying he couldn't buy super potions in that.
No, you can't buy potions and cheat because you can only get potions that heal for 20. You can't buy super potions.
He's catching a fucking Metapod. Sorry, he's very excited to be catching a Metapod that only does that. How many Pokeballs do I have? That's what I'm checking. It's a lot I'm spending a lot of plates here. I feel like I'm wearing multiple hats right now. Just because the math works out well, and I think I'm gonna die soon. We'll spend up. Sometimes it's okay if your Pokemon get beaten up. If it gets you through the cave. Nice. I think we can get Sandshrew here. Okay. It might be the other version. It might be Ekans here. Ekans is a worse Pokemon than Sandshrew. As much as I love him, I'm not saying Ekans isn't beautiful. Seconds in this one. I'm gonna be honest. I love Ekans. Beautiful guy. Snake backwards. It's kind of cool. I don't think Ekans can do much for us, and I don't feel bad about murdering the Ekans.
Let's see if we get any contributors. 20 bucks to name it, and if not, that's fine. You can suggest things in the chat if you want for free. Maybe I'll pick one of your suggestions. Okay.
Pidgeotto? And I think it's quite a big Pidgeotto. And it tends to spam Sand Attack and ruin your entire day. It's DSP. I shouldn't have called him DSP. For one thing, there was a speech in there that I'd cut out that DSP was doing at the time, where he was saying, "Oh, there's so many people who think they're my rival. What do I call my rival? I have so many enemies. I have so many people who think they're my enemies. I don't even know they exist. I'm so popular and wealthy, and it's just so." Ooh, okay. They don't normally swap. I'm pretty okay with the swap, because, I mean, I'm going to have to swap as well, but I like the big bird that scares me not being out. We are going to pivot. We're going to pivot to the baby who can't do anything. Look how big this fucking Squirtle is right now. It's not going to do much. If we could stun spot this fella. Oh, I won't be withdrawing. I won't be withdrawing when the stun spaw's around. Situation just got a bit easier. Now, I am realizing I only have physical attacks on my entire team. So actually, it is significantly bad that he did the one withdraw. Kim, please. You gotta karate chop this turtle really hard, please. It's quite a lot of damage. Don't have a lot of defense on this fella. That's not a lot of damage. If we get a crit though, that's gonna hurt him. We're really just reliant on a crit right now. I could lower his defense. I'm not gonna lower his defense. I thought about it. I'm just praying for a crit. Karate chop has a high crit chance. He's paralyzed. He doesn't have anything that's good against Kim specifically. Water gun's gonna hurt though. Yeah, that did hurt. Come on, crit. Yeah, okay, Kim's down. Yeah, I might need to run this a few times to get I feel like the odds are in my favor of a crit showing up there. That's not a lot of damage. We need him to get paralyzed more and stop water gunning me. Please don't sweep my whole team's DSP. There we go. That's the crit we're looking for. And that's perfect split of EXP, making sure no one's in danger of leveling up. Right then. If I quick attack, I'll get one before he kills me. If I don't, I won't. So I might as well. Never mind. He also has quick attack. Yeah, I don't think we can beat this. Definitely need higher numbers here. If it'd been burned, I'd feel better about it. We're gonna use a super potion. We're just gonna try. I do have a rare candy. I don't want to use rare candies on this though. Joey's real close to being a bigger fella. Burn would be lovely. Critical hit would be lovely. Joey's feeling great. Now there is a bug in the original. I can't remember if it's 16 or 18 where he levels, where he evolves even. Rattata does kill me, doesn't it? Rat's got big teeth. I could swap Ion in. I'm worried Ion just dies though in one hit. It would be nice to know if he has Hyper Fang, and Ion's gonna die anyway. Tackle maybe don't kill? Beautiful. And then we use another super potion. Look, we're getting through any way we can. That's how we do it. That's what it takes to be a Pokemon master. Okay, Joey, you've got the upper hand here. I think his last Pokemon is an Abra that only knows Teleport. So if we get to that point, Joey gets him. It's a little rough. I'm probably at risk of death from a crit. If I use a potion, I'm not at risk of death from a crit, but I am down a potion. Unless he crits now. Okay, I think I'm good. You gotta be careful about these things, folks. We used a lot of potions there. We went into that hideously under level. Hang on, it's not over yet. If Abra actually knows a move in this version, I could still be in trouble. The teleport coming out first does make me feel good about it, though. Does make me feel like I might know what I'm talking about sometimes. Hey, it's free XP. We got him. We beat DSP. I was scared. I thought it was over. And then we turned it around. You've just got to sometimes, rather than just press the buttons, you just got to have a minute. Think. As unlikely as it is, what is my only path to victory here? That's the Blood Bowl phase ahead talking. Because in Blood Bowl, you can't plan for what if you get the worst possible luck. Because if you get the worst possible luck, everyone on your team dies and you get nothing done. You have to be always thinking, what's the least amount of luck? What's the play here that needs the least amount of luck?
Why Shelly?
And then sometimes it's very far-fetched because everything's D6s. You can do a lot of crazy bullshit if you can keep rolling 6. And in those cases, you just go, okay, what's the only chance? If the only chance is incredibly unlikely, but it's still the only chance, guess we're rolling some 6s today.
Sting, Weasel, 110,
Gruff, sorry,
we're getting a ton of suggestions.
I have a different view of, I don't know, of video game RNG.
Officer Pound Cake,
people
what?
seem to. Which is just that if anything says more than like 80%, it's guaranteed to work. And if it doesn't, the game's broken, cheating.
Didn't Afro Man just win a giant court case?
They're talking about Afro Man?
That was the guy who won, right?
I watched the Olgas No Breaks interview with Afro Man. It's an interesting fella. I'm glad he won his court case. Fuck cops, honestly.
What a world we live in, man. What a world we freaking live in.
I'm worried that my Pokemon are so weak that there's no chance of anyone but Joey doing anything. And I don't want it to be the Joey show, as much as I love Joey, because he's named the way that a kid would name him. Why'd they add an extra tile to this bridge? I mean, I guess you can just run down the middle now, you don't have to weave. The Pokemon got named Afro Man. I wasn't looking, so I don't know what it was. I didn't mean to use Tackle, but that's fine. Quick Attack's just better than Tackle in these early gens. Tackle's 85 accuracy, 40 power, and Quick Attack's 100 accuracy, 40 power. Now, eventually they do make Tackle stronger than Quick Attack. The priority's still nice, though. Love a priority move. DSP were also arguing the other day. Because he was playing the new Pokemon that came out. I can't remember what the Pokemon like tournament is called. The like official Pokemon tournament, but they made a game that like uses those rules and you play against other players and it's I don't know, competitive Pokemon is it's a weird one. But it's kind of like that. I don't know how competitive it is if it's just kids playing the new Pokemon game. A lot of people seem to just pick the best one, their favorite ones, which were really working against DSP because all of it, he only used Pokemon that got bodied by Charizard. He would never use anything resistant to fire or just in general in any way able to do anything if the opponent swapped in Charizard, and everyone loves Charizard. But he got mad because he didn't know what priority meant. And people were telling me he had a priority move, and he was getting mad at chat because he didn't say what priority means. Priority is it's a word with a meaning. It means you go before non-priority moves. It's a real thing. Why doesn't it call it fast? Because you have a speed stat, and then you'd think it affected that somehow. It doesn't. You just go first. It's priority. Sorry. Smirk's eating good, and that's... I love to see Smirk winning. When do you... Can you learn the big bite, Smirk? That other Rattata cat had the big bite. That Rattata would have took Joey out if it had the big bite. If it had the big... How... This is in the original game too, but how is... How do I fight a guy with 2 level 10 bugs and 2 level 10 bugs that only know Harden? Or were they 11? Right after I fought that rival fight. That infamous rival fight. What's even going on there? I feel like I should have tail whipped first, but I was worried he'd send attack. I didn't do as much damage as I was hoping I was going to get done there. I'll tail whip, see what he does. If I get hit, I'll probably swap out. Probably gonna be swapping out. He does have Gust, which bodies Kim and Ion. I shouldn't really be thinking about Ion. I don't want to swap in Joey because he's really big, but like... he does win.
Well,
and that does get Smirk some
wasted all my money.
I do want to... Once Smirk gets Hyper Fang...
Now I'm gonna slap
Smirk had the move. I wish Smirk had the move.
For wasting all my money in my Pokeballs.
Sorry, DSP's yelling again. Yeah, that's... Joey's pretty big right now. I'm sorry, I've got this guy in my ear who's like the worst human. Who's just... It's fine. I do struggle to finish thoughts while he's saying la 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 in my ear. Luckily, I'm gonna try and spare you from that this time. He's literally trying to catch every bug, including the ones that evolve from the other ones and can't do anything on their own. This guy looks like someone who's gonna have Rattaz. This looks like a Shots guy. Shots are comfy and easy to... by the way, that Shots guy is undefeated. I lost to him and then didn't try again. It's Youngster Timmy! Sorry, I just like Youngster Timmy. I just like the name Youngster Timmy. He's probably gonna kill me. That's a ground type, by the way, not I'm gonna try the Mega Kick. I'm gonna leer him and then I'm gonna Mega Kick him. He's not gonna know what hit him. It's gonna be 120 power worth of foot. Go get him. Yeah, that's the problem with Mega Kick. That's the main issue with Mega Kick. Now he's put his defense back up. He's got normal defense now. Look at that big foot! That's not that big a foot. Okay, we might have to swap out Kim. Karate Chop's probably not that far off Mega Kick in terms of damage. I'm not... Okay, Karate Chop did a little bit more than Mega Kick. It was a crit. Mega Kick was a crit. But Kim gets stabbed on the Karate Chops, and it's 100% accurate. I think we swap out for Ekans here. I want to swap in Ion. I don't think Ion's weak to them or anything. In Gen 1, Bug is weak to poison. Also, Rap lasts 1,000 years. Oh, okay. I don't even need to use the move. He just did it automatically. Love to see it. You don't want to be a bug in Gen 1. Being a bug in Pokemon is rough, just generally, but especially in Gen 1. Having... Oh, he's wrapped. We'll have to wait for that. He might survive, because this guy sucks. Okay, I guess Grass is weak to poison. All Bug is still weak to poison. Well, if Ion dies, you know, that's not the biggest loss in the world. And as soon as it lets me swap them out, they're out. Okay, I was worried that the rep damage would be... I think it's just percentage of max health. I was worried it'd be affected by the Leers. But it looks like we're okay. Can I swap now, please? I think this might... I think it's 5 turns, right? This might be the last time we... Never mind. You know, he lowered my defense all those times. Bite uses special in this gen. Smike's got this. Just hit him fast. Want to beat these 5. I think there's an extra guy at the end, right? On Nugget Bridge. You learn it at 13. Sorry, Smoke's gonna start bodying people. The bodies are gonna start hitting the floor now. I'm gonna use my other super potion on him. And you're gonna see some shit. I get excited. Now, here's the thing. Hyper Fang, I don't need to explain this because we're in a race here and it's very serious business. I could fall behind at any moment. 80 power, 90 accuracy. You can miss with Hyper Fang. However, that 80 power, if you have the other ability for Retta, if you have Guts, if you get them poisoned before the fight on purpose, and then you have to keep using potions on them as you walk around till you get to the fight you wanna nuke, double damage. That's 80 power, plus stab, 120 power, double from guts. It's 240 power. That's good. That makes Hyper Beam look stupid. Actually, Hyper Beam with stab is higher, I think, but still. Hyper Beam is still a physical attack in this gen. This is before the split, so you could have a fire type move that was physical. There's no such thing as a physical fire type move in this gen. I should probably use... No, not Tail Whip. Straight in. Look at the damage. We're poisoned? If only, right? But it's fine. It's fine, because he's not doing well, and we are 3 levels lower than this guy, than this clown. They spelled it wrong. They put a typo in the Pokédex. Professor Oak is gonna have egg on his face when he sees this DSP video. He spent some time just reading the fucking Pokédex and he was playing the game. Smoke's not in a grit. I think Smoke still wins, and if I crit, even more so. Missing's not helping though. Okay, if it were Growler, we're definitely swapping out. Probably still swapping out because I'm on 3 health. I knew before that the health ticked over, by the way. Let's pivot, and then we'll probably heal after this. If you get a crit, though... Okay, no. Crit still would have killed, because the growl wouldn't have applied. Double kick it 1 times. Probably just finish him off with Joey. Just get us out of here, Joey. Just close it out for us. I did big up Hyper Fang a little bit much, maybe. Look, I had a poor run of luck there. Can happen to anyone, especially when you're 3 levels lower. We are getting to the point where Joey can just kind of... You know what? I do need another Pokemon, because it is the water gym. Phil's busy sneezing right now. I might run to the loo. I'd lose some frames if I ran to the loo, but... Okay, that's a really bad one. Ion, get out here to die. If you could paralyze them while you're doing it, that'd help me a lot. Don't weigh a lot. Not very effective. We're going for Stun Spore. That wasn't even a crit. It's fine. We got the Stun Spore up. I do need more potions and stuff. I should have bought potions while I was back there. Senseless loss of frames is what I'd call that. I think Kim could win the 1v1. We gotta try, right? Because we need Pokemon that aren't Charmeleon to be doing stuff. That's a lot of damage. Please stop. Mankey, please. You're being unreasonable. He is paralyzed, so I will go first. This Mega Kick could change your life. That's a good Mega Kick. That was pretty mega. Kim's died, that's fine. It's all about Smirk. We're all just characters in Smirk's dream. Does the Quick Attack kill? Or do we need the Hyper Fang? Fuck! It's all about Hyper Fang. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stop. Just no way he's getting 4 again. How does he get 1,000,000 hits every time? When I do it, I get 2 every single time. When the AI does it, they get 5 every time. How does that make sense? Okay, we're going back to the Pokemon Center. We only have Joey around. Technically, Paris is a grass type, but like, it's Paris. And obviously, we're training the Paris up to level 50. We're training Ion, whose name had to be entered very quickly because it was the end of the part. We're training them up to level 50 so we can use Spore. We're definitely keeping them in the team. They're a real Pokemon, and we're going to teach them Spore. We got la. Could we get some support, by the way, guys? Could we get some kicks? Could we get some super chats? I had to look over there and make sure I wasn't streaming. I don't know. Everything's stream VODs now. I miss good old fashioned Let's Plays. I never thought I'd have to miss, like, just such ubiquitous things on the internet. I never thought I'd miss, like, weird little personal websites about extremely niche hobbies, and then they went, and then there was the big Let's Play boom, and I thought they'd be around forever, and then that went. Something awful will be around forever, and it's still technically around, but, I mean, after everything that happened with your boy, Latex, like... Maybe we just don't. Oh, you get the nugget from Nugget Bridge, I remember. Why can't you say yes to the Team Rocket, man? Should have an alternate ending. Should have an alternate game, like from Mission 3, where you pick something right at the start that dictates your whole path through the game. I don't like that. I tell you what, though. What are the odds that we FX spar him again? It's about what we're gonna get out of Ion. Oh, you made contact. Okay, no. If the poison sting, I just die, but it's fine because I'll get all my other Pokemon now have full stats. Once you switch out, you lose the debuff from Intimidate. Which makes me think it might be time for Hyper Fang. I feel like I've bigged up Hyper Fang so much that I have to keep pressing it, even when it's not a good idea. Don't made as much. It gives a flinch chance too. It's the best move ever. I feel like I've not made as much progress this time as I did last time, but I have still probably made substantially more progress than Phil. He has walked through the forest though, right? Is he on the other side of the forest now? I haven't been looking. He's got a Pikachu. We ain't got a Pikachu. Who's to say who's further ahead? Come on, finish him. Look at Smirk. Look at Smirk. Living the best life. Smirk thriving. Smirk's eating well today. Rattata's a cool Pokemon. They're really bad later in the game, but Rattata's surprisingly good at the start. Especially in my version of Red. We got Attract? Hang on. What if, hear me out, don't laugh. What if we make the weird bug hot? And then we level them up, and then they're gonna stun spar, and they're gonna attract, and they're gonna be a hot bug. Are they a boy or a girl bug? Ion's a boy. You can only use attract on Pokemon of the opposite sex. I'm sorry I'm running back to the Pokemon Center so much, but I've just decided that it's desperately important that I level Ion up, and they were currently dead, so I need to do this for right now. It's gonna be tricky to get anything out of them, but you know. I've never shied away from a challenge. I'm a Pokemon expert. I got through a cave without spending 2 hour-long videos doing it. We're not gonna get a gym leader done, most likely, which is a little unfortunate. You know what? These hikers here, Kim could eat. Kim could feast. Ion could maybe learn a move though, and then they'd be able to do something with Absorb. I kind of want that. Okay, hang on. We're gonna level Ion. And if they don't learn Absorb, we're just going to give up on our hopes and dreams. Actually, I could leave one of those guys a little bit and come back later. Or I could open with Ion. And then swap out. That's allowed. You can switch Pokemon in this game. You don't have to use the same Pokemon for the whole game. Okay, matchup probably can one-shot Ion. We're going to just swap straight to Joey. I think Joey should be okay. Matchups hit hard. Fighting types are serious in this version, which is a little rude, because when I went back in my day, there were like 3 fighting type moves and they were all terrible. I feel like apologizing for stopping talking for 10 seconds while I took a drink there, so sorry about that. I don't know if I finished the thought. I saw a comment from somebody, one of my videos. We don't get comments here. I saw a comment from someone that was just like, Huh, maybe you should think about finishing any of your thoughts. Huh, they're just like, really? Just someone who woke up that day and was like, I want to be a cunt today. I want to be a piece of shit. I've always wondered what it'd feel like to be a motherfucker. Let's just do it. Let's just do it and see how we feel. Another thing about the internet, I don't think people, I don't know. I've heard people joke about it a lot, but I don't think, like, saying no offense and then whatever else, that came from internet. I don't think people realize that they're being incredibly rude some of the time. And they're like, oh yeah, I guess it could have come over that way if you weren't really paying attention to what I said. And it's like, no, you actually said an incredibly rude thing. Fuck the internet. That's the theme of today. DSP lives there. It's making everyone... It's giving everyone new, strange kinds of mental illness that science hasn't had time to like, properly understand yet. Just get out of here. It does mean that I can talk to my best friend from the other side of the planet, and that's pretty cool. But other than that, who needs it? Stunt spot hits again. Sorry, I'm happy every time Ion does anything. I was gonna swap him out before they had a chance to get hit, because I was worried the rat would one-shot them. And genuinely, a crit would have done it. They are, again, half the level of everything. Once we get that Paris in shape, that's gonna be the linchpin of the whole team. They're gonna sweep Misty, they're gonna stun spar him, they're gonna attract him. The Stammy's not gonna get to move. They're not gonna get a turn. I'm gonna have absorb, I'm gonna know the move absorb, and I'm gonna use it. Kim will get pecked to death here. For crit. Spearow is quite large, and I do need experience on Kim. Just get Joey out there. Joey's a safe pair of hands. You got players on the bench. Just get him in there. Joey's gonna get half experience from this, better than Kim getting no experience from being dead. Spearow's not a particularly dangerous fella, but he does learn peck instead of like tackle or anything. So he does always have a flying type move. By instead of those, I mean like at level 1. I was gonna check my menu. Probably about time for that now. Hang on, I have to beat up a child. It's Youngster Dan! I love these little fellas. Okay, what the other Slowpoke just one-shots me. A tackle would probably do it. I'm faster than him? I know Slowpoke's not quick, but I am 7 levels slower. I was really hoping I'd learn a move. Apparently that's not on the cards. It's gonna have to be Smirk, innit? Unless we think Ion can take him out, that's not in 1,000 years. If I lose Smirk, everyone else on my team is either weak to Slowpoke or a Powers, which is basically saying has a weakness to everything. So, you know, that's how I don't cover that. That paralysis is really good, though. That were a really good spa. That's as much damage as that does. But it's my big move. Give me a crit, or a flinch, or a full paralyze, please. Okay, I'm gonna have to hit him again. Whatever happens after that happens, I'm afraid. He flinched. Smoke is the MVP of my life. Oh, Pokemon. Pokemon's just nice. How can you have a bad time when you look at these little fellas? Maybe I'm going to become a Pokemon person. I'm going to tell you about the IVs and EVs. 1 potion on Smirk gets him back in working order. 1 potion on Ion. Just for all the good work they've been putting in. That Spore, that stun Spore, that could have been a sweep from that Slowbro, and that'd have been embarrassing to get swept by a Slowbro. This one is gonna be someone who can just be made to go away by using a fire type, I feel like. So rather than mess around, we're just gonna do that. Much as I don't want all the XP to go on Joey, I also don't want all my Pokemon to get paralyzed and poisoned. Never mind, it was a Nidoran all along.
If we catch a... How much money do I have? Not a lot, right? No, I can't even buy a Pokeball. If we catch a Kakuna, we have to call it Matata. And also we have a Pokemon we probably have to name Chuck Norris later. So we really don't have the freedom to just name free Pokemon right now. And I don't have any Pokeballs anyway. So I can't catch any Pokemon right now. Okay. Do 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 do. Okay.
Growl doesn't hurt me at all. Let's just get that XP. Get out of there. This is just showing Nidoran female how much I'm not afraid of her. And there's the double kick. Why did they go for... I think they just pick at random. Like, they didn't... this isn't the competitive one where they're trying to teach you how to play in the funny tournament. Is it Smogon? It's some kind of random collection of letters that I don't know what they mean. I know it annoyed a lot of people with this game coming out because they only use the like official tournament rules and they don't use the like ones that fans do that are more fun.
I didn't know that fighting type wasn't good against bug type.
No, that fighting type won't get it. That's good intel, thanks, Phil. I'll remember that. Fighting type bad against bugs. I think I already knew, but I could quite easily try and punch a bug. Why would a bug be strong? Bugs need everything they've got. I'm not saying take it away. But I'm saying, if I punch a bug, it's probably a dead bug. And I don't even know karate. You know, I was really tired before I started. I was like, I'm not sure I'll be up to doing commentary. I feel like there's not been a minute when I wasn't saying something that didn't quite get... Some thought that didn't quite get finished. If we can get all the way to Bill, I do need to be fighting the trainers, I'm afraid. I can't be dodging these fellas. I just need XP right now. We need to get Paris going. We need Paris to become the hero of the team. It'd really help if Paris would learn a move. I have Bullet Seed. I have Bullet Seed burning a hole in my pocket, I think. Do I have Bullet Seed? I might have a TM for Bullet Seed. That'd help me out. Iron's gonna take a hit here, but that's fine. I reckon I can finish him with Scratch. I think if he uses Rock Throw, I just die, but like... What are the odds of that? Rock's good against bugs. If you squash a bug with your hand, it is gross, and if you squash a bug with a rock, it's less gross. Maybe that's what they're getting at. They don't always make sense. I like when they do make sense. Sometimes you gotta do a little... I don't know. Why is water not bad against ice when if you put water on ice, it turns into more ice? You just have ice squared. They really hate electric moves that don't even work on them. They want electricity to be as weak as possible for this third Pokemon coming out. I don't think that stacks, by the way. I think once electricity's been made weaker, it's just weaker. I didn't realize Kim was getting so beat up. I wasn't paying enough attention. Luckily, these spores coming out are crazy. And we're gonna win the whole game with them. I do need a second move. Ideally a grass move. You know, I saw a picture. I saw a Pokemon card with a really funny picture of Paris on. That might be why Paris has to be the hero and is the chosen one today. Go get him, Ion. You got this. What's he gonna do? Punch you? Don't work well on Bug, apparently. Kick you? Hit you with his feet? 2 layers means I'm swapping out. Whether or not this stun spot hits. And again, 100% stun spore hit rate so far on Ion. The world's greatest Paris. Joey's going to get the finish here, though. Everyone else is a bit beat up. Focus energy in the original version actually lowers your crit rate. It's just using a ton to lower your crit rate. That's pretty good. In this version, unfortunately, it does actually work correctly. So when they do that, they are more dangerous. I don't know how much. I don't know what the crit rate is. I don't know how likely you are to crit. I think it's 1 in 16. I might look that up, but I don't want to know if I'm right. I can get Seismic Toss here. I can also try desperately. When there's a big window while the screen's fading back in, where when you press down, it doesn't do anything. I've done that at least once in the last video. We have bullet seeds in. Ion can learn it. We gotta move. We can kill fish with bullets. DSP stream just yelled, "Sure you can." Ion's on full health? Get Kim back in the fight. I do want to try... we left a hiker over here. And also I'm walking into a person. See that bullet seed in action. Now, against a Onyx or a Geodude, that is quadruple effective. You do quadruple damage. That's my Onyx. It is faster than me and it does have Rock Throw, so it can crush me with rocks and then I'll die. That sounds less good. Bind wouldn't do it though. 100% stun spore hit rate. I believe that move's 55% accurate. But Ion is built different. I'm worried that... hang on. Okay, we got a while. I was worried the power was going to end. And it just reminded me because Ion's name is so bad because I had to put it in 3 seconds. I could only use letters that were next to each other. Look at that XP. Look at Ion go. This is how we win. People say Paris is a useless, stupid Pokemon for idiots, and there's going to be so much egg on their face when Ion is solos the Elite Four and the champion and becomes the only Pokemon in the Hall of Fame. Maybe Smirk and Ion can do it. Don't die in one hit, please. Ah, this Rattata is the big bite. Hang on, that's bad. I'm still going to swap Ion out for this, because rats are scary. There's been a mouse running around where I live and the places, the adjoining buildings, and we think it's mice are terrifying. So rats that are like 100 times the size. That's crazy. We think it was a mouse that they were trying to feed a snake that somehow escaped into the walls. I don't know how that happens though. Oh, it's 75% accurate. It's still pretty good. Still pretty good. We're not going to do poison powder. We don't care if they're poisoned. We really want them to be stunned. Paralysis is really good. There's like a 25% chance that they don't get to act on their turn. There's always some nonsense going on where I am, by the way. Don't worry about me living in a mouse-infested dungeon. That's just normal. I'm going to karate chop him and see if I perish from my hubris. It's not great. You know what would be great? The big foot. That's gonna hurt. DSP's got poisoned. That foot did so much damage. I'm telling you, we got all the right moves. We got Hyper Fang, we got Big Foot, and we got Bullet Gun. And also we got Seismic Toss now. Never mind, it's secret power in this version. That's not what I wanted, and I can't think of a use for it right now. I'm gonna try and dodge this guy. Should I try and dodge this guy? I should probably not be dodging any guys. I'm gonna need all the XP I can get. Well, I failed. I fucked it up anyway, so, you know. Are you a psychic? The way he talked, it's a baby. It's not a psychic, it's in fact a tiny child. Okay, again we have the problem. Poison Sting is gonna fucking hurt. Ion can't really hurt Ekans, but Stun Spore could help me out here. It's a common quandary. And now Rep's gonna mean we can't swap out. I figured because the last one used Bind, right? So that means they have Rep, Bind, like Leer and Poison Sting. 1 in 4 chance of Poison Sting. I was willing to roll those bombs, but didn't pay off for us. This is not very good, but I'm worried that Scratch would do absolutely nothing because... Okay, Bullet Seed also does absolutely nothing. The crit was handy though. Ekans is paralyzed. I feel like if he's paralyzed, I should probably be able to swap out. And we have high enough max health that we take... Excuse me? That we take 2 damage from Rap now instead of 1. Just kill him. Just kill him, Ion. Okay, the crit did a lot of damage. Okay. The crit did deceptively a lot of damage. Ion survives. Ion will never die. Only the actors who play him. Sentry, we've got no chance. Bullet Seed could probably fuck him up. But I think Sentry's probably faster than Paris. I don't know how fast Paris is. You know what? We're basically on the way home. Send it. Bullet Seed isn't going to help. I believe Grass is a special type in this gen where the physical special split is assigned by type. Ion's doing his best out there, folks. Ion's really giving this 110%, and I am here for it. Okay, if we could hit Ion, despite the sand. Shoot through the sand, Ion. You can do it. Okay, we need 3. We need 3 hits, though, Ion. That should do him. Should I use a super potion to keep Ion going? I don't believe Paris is out here doing stuff. I've never seen Paris perform actions or functions before. Oh, we don't have any potions left. Well, you know, we're not going to use a potion. I've decided. Please let me use the menu. What's your... Oh, right, it's effect spot. We've used that extensively. It's one of the main things you do. I wasn't sure if she had fish because she's kind of near water. She probably doesn't. She probably has grass types. It's grass type. Now, here's the thing about grass types. You use a powder move on them. Doesn't work. I don't know what gen that becomes true in. It's true in some of them and not true in some of them. I think we're at the end of the route here. We might be using Ion as the pivot, but we can do a sexy dance to make me happy. There's this horrible, disgusting bug. I'm going to show you the picture of the horror. I probably put it up 40 times in the video already. If I forgot, though, now is the call to go back through in editing and put the funny bug picture up 100 times. I don't know, I got really sad the other day and I just didn't feel like doing anything. So I opened up Tabletop Simulator and I downloaded the workshop thing that's just... It simulates opening Pokemon card packs. That's how desperate I've been for Pokemon recently. I'm just opening card packs and looking at them. And doing absolutely nothing with it. Hang on. I just realized that Ion might not lose. Ion was just gonna die for a clean switch. So I didn't get poisoned by whatever. That's pretty unfortunate. We need luck now for Ion to win this. Need a crit, or he needs to use Sweet Scent. Oh, get immobilized by love. It's 50-50. That's Sweet Scent. We had a 75% chance to not die there. The odds were in our favor, but still, 25% chance to die. That's a big chance. You were playing XCOM, you wouldn't like those numbers. I talk a lot about XCOM. I do love XCOM. I should I could put some new calm out in the world. Now, do I let Ion perish? Or do I swap? I'm sorry, Ion. I love you. You're doing a great job. Everyone thinks you're doing a great job. Go die, I'm afraid. Okay, he's playing with his food over here. First Mason, it doesn't count because he cheated. But Smirk should be able to clean up with the clean switch we got him. I do talk about it like this real strategy. Like it's not a game for babies where you just click the button. Like you can win this game. And this is the way it should be, because this is a game for actual children. This is a game for 10-year-olds. Like anyone can enjoy Pokemon, but the primary audience is and should always be 10-year-old kids. Yeah, you can beat one of these games just by like pressing all the buttons with the power of your hand 100 times. You can beat this game with 1,000 idiots in Twitch chat yelling random directions, mostly trying to troll and release all the Pokemon. I mean, anytime someone tried to organize doing a thing, it was rough going. They had to change the rules of Twitch Plays Pokemon to make it possible. Remember that. They spent hours trying to like walk up a ledge without jumping back down on the other side. Spent like a day stuck on a ledge, on some random ledge. I guess I should probably talk to Bill first. I walked in the room, I completely forgot what I was doing. I was like, what's video games? It's fine, we got Bill. And then we're gonna get the ticket. And then we're gonna be loving life. I could I can't remember if you talk to the people here if they have fish to throw at you. It's possible. Now people will tell you, people always tell you that psychic types are busted in Gen 1 original. And that's true, but they're not as busted as normal types in Gen 1 original. So people will tell you, pick up an Abra in the grass way over to the left here, and that's gonna carry some weight for you in the run. I say, just get your Clefairy, it's fine. Just get your Rattata. Who needs it? Now we could go fight that rocket in that garden and leave Misty alone. We do have that option. That would be cowardly, but we do have the option. We should try. How long have we got? We've got like 5 minutes? I could probably at least beat the gym trainers. I don't think I can beat Misty. Guys, we have to beat Misty. Iron's level 14? They're doing stuff. I'm a bit low. The thing about Pokemon is one really large Pokemon can beat up a lot of really small Pokemon. He beat the kid in Brock's gym. DSP's crazy actually. DSP's good at this game. I'd never beat that guy. I had to just avoid him. I had to dodge that guy forever. Please don't do this to me. I'm sick of sand and smoke. Iron's still doing it. Iron's the most. We're not gonna say it. We don't want to jinx it. I'm gonna touch wood. Iron's had pretty good results so far. I'm a fan of Iron. That's what we're gonna say. It's not what I was gonna say originally, but that's what we're gonna say. That's as far as I'm gonna push it. Can we finish him with the little scratch here, Iron? Beautiful. Can we get some support from Kick right now? Can we get some legit Kick support? Can we get some kicks? Can we get some not moral support? That doesn't count. I'm going to turn moral support off again if you keep using it. Kick's an interesting website. It's kind of where criminals and Nazis go when they get banned off other services. Or like people with absolutely no morals get paid to go there and make gambling streams for children to try and get them hooked nice and young. It's an interesting website. I'm glad that Kick exists. It's certainly not a bad thing for the world. We're talking about the internet being bad. Could probably do without Kick. I just remembered I had money. And we could definitely use some potions. I'm not going to be using potions for much longer, because we're going to be moving on to super potions. Because there's only, there's only so much a potion that 20 health can do for you. We're getting to the point where our Pokemon are just a little bit big for that. pretty happy with the bullet seed situation. That's a good TM. I'm glad I remembered I had that. I think I only remembered that because I remembered someone telling DSP that he had bullet seed in the future. It hasn't happened yet because he's still only at Brock. Is he making the final push for Brock and I'm not even fighting Misty right now? I'm not sure how much damage this will do. Because Golding's pretty rubbish, but they are quite a lot bigger than me. I probably should have used Tail Whip, but now I should probably go for... Actually, if I use Tail Whip... I don't know if that's a 4-hit kill from where I am right now, or a 3-hit kill. And a Tail Whip at least lets me know for sure. The stat-lowering moves are really good. You don't really use those when you're a kid. Just pressing all the buttons with the palm of your hand. Okay, now it's a 2-shot. That's where we want it to be. If that could have made it go from a very narrow chance of a 3-shot to a guaranteed 2-shot right there. That's where you use those moves. I don't want to finish out the video losing to Misty, and it's on the Onyx. There's nowhere. We almost got that. We almost got that. Could have happened if I'd have stopped less to explain weird things. I don't want to give Phil time though. I don't want to give him free time where it's just Phil playing. I want to. I'm not leaving. I'm not throwing pound coins out the window. That's the thing my old boss used to say. Throwing pound coins out the window. I hated him a lot. That guy sucked. Can we get some support for Phil beating Brock? Can we get some donations? Can we get some contributions? I could catch a Spearow. I am gonna need something with Fly at some point. The problem is Hyperfang's quite strong. I'm pretty sure as soon as he comes out of this this dialogue, it's over. So I really gotta kill this Spearow fast. Get those experience points. Don't miss Smuck. I'm just gonna save and stop after this anyway. Well, he can have a few seconds. He needs them. He's only just beat Brock. We are on the same gym leader now, though. Unfortunately, that feels pretty rough. He's still got a minute. Still got a minute. We can find another guy in a minute. This is nothing. I definitely shouldn't put this part in the video. If this part's in the video, I only put it in because I said I shouldn't put this part in the video. And it's just me trying to get back at me for my hubris. DSP don't read kick chat. You know why he didn't read kick chat? Because everyone in there is a troll. Why would anyone... Why would anyone watch DSP? Do you know what? An Intimidate Ekans actually could be handy. I'm going to throw a Pokeball at the seconds. Just because they have Intimidate? I'm going to feel really bad if he ends early and I'm not ready. Come on, give me it. I'm going to call him like A. Fuck! He finished! Well, you know, I'm cheating a little bit, but at least I have time to name him. Nah, we're calling him A. Okay, well, thanks for being here, folks. Thanks for all the contributions, the support on Kick. The lovely people in the Kick chat who keep posting the booing Patrick and getting banned. I put my controller down so it disconnected. He did have a bit where he was mass banning everyone for posting a gif of Patrick booing, and that's one of the, you know, as much as I'm not a big Kick head, I do appreciate that. I'm not moving any more steps. I can't think wearing Intimidate could be handy, but just having it's gotta be handy at some point, right? Just throwing a snake at someone that makes them scared. That's just good strategy in combat. I learned that in Metal Gear Solid 3 fighting Revolver Ocelot. Those who don't know. Anyway, that's more than enough. We're way over finished. I just felt like, you know, if we were gonna go over the end of DSP's video. We might as well make it worthwhile. But of course, I don't have anything worthwhile to say. So, till next time, folks. Till then.